Okay, so I'm just going to record the rest of this video on this much poorer quality camera. Yeah. Just because my phone did that technology thing that I was talking about at the beginning, and I just gonna upload that as one part, and that'll be like my physical update, and now I'm gonna talk a little bit about my life. And I figure you guys don't need to see me in super high quality in order to hear me blather on about, yeah, other things that are going on. So, um, yeah, so I was talking about the barbershop and how interesting it is trying to negotiate a cis male only space as a trans man who is stealth. So one of the things that I bring to that space that I consistently try to maintain is um, kind of guarding my chair as a space that's safe for trans masculine, gender variant, female identified, whoever wants basically what we've come to determine as a men's haircut. So yeah, just kind of trying to create a safe space within a larger, much more hostile space, trying to allocate a piece of barbershop experience and trying to make straight razor shaves available and all that affirming stuff accessible to people who wouldn't normally have an opportunity to access it. So um, that's always been something that's been first and foremostly important to me getting into this trade, because it was really important to me prior to becoming a barber. So that being said, I'm not going to be at this barbershop a whole lot longer. I'm planning a big move out to Victoria, BC, and I've got a potential tentative but almost totally confirmed chair in a barbershop in Victoria. So I will continue to kind of make that my safe space, at least a safe space within a larger shop. I don't know how safe the shop is going to be as far as like being welcoming, but there's only one other chair in the shop, and the guy who runs it seems like a pretty cool dude. So I'll have a little bit more sway as to the overall dynamic in the shop because there's just going to be two of us that I'm kind of dealing with. So that's kind of cool. And when I know more that it's totally confirmed, I'll let you guys know where that shop is, and invite anybody in Victoria, BC who wants that barbershop experience to come on down. So, yeah, and then maybe one day I'll even open up my own shop out there, and then it'll be just that much easier. Also, yeah, if anybody in Victoria is currently subscribed to my channel or out, near that area in BC, I'm gonna be there as of December 1st of this year, moving out there with my partner. So I'm super super stoked. I was born in BC, and like it feels like the prodigal. Oh my God, how do you say that word? The sun returns. Um, so yeah, I don't know. That's pretty cool. I'm pretty stoked. Um, Yeah, so otherwise, other life updates. Prior to going out to Victoria, I'm gonna be backpacking through Mexico, Guatemala, and Belize with my girlfriend, which is gonna be awesome. We basically were waiting on whether or not she'd get this internship here, and then she didn't. So within a week, we had like booked tickets to Mexico, and all of that was kind of spoken for. So. I'm so stoked to be able to finally leave my hometown, just kind of get out in the world with like the newfound confidence I have, that my transition has essentially given me, and meet new people and travel, and I'm really really lucky. I feel kind of blessed as much as I'm not really a blessy type person. I don't really subscribe to a lot of spirituality, but things are just feeling really really good for me. So that's awesome. Um, Anyone has any tips backpacking specifically as a trans man, send them my way. Otherwise, I'm just going to kind of figure it out as I go. One thing for sure, because I'm going to be doing a lot of sailing this year, is that I'm definitely going to be getting and experimenting with a STP device. So I'm going to be doing some reviews of that stuff. And the various misadventures I'm sure I'll have. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me. I feel like, you're peeing through this thing, and then where do you put it? Do you just pocket it? Is there pee still in it? Do you rinse it out? Then do people see you rinsing out a dick? Like, the whole, like, logistics of it, I feel a little bit confused about, but obviously I can do some research online. So, Yeah, because sailing, which is just something I was getting into since last summer, is something that means you're going to be out on the water. Probably you're going to be having a beer or two, and if you're with people you don't really know, those dudes are going to be taking a leak off the side of the boat, and you're going to be like, how do I pee? So I round up in a couple of really awkward positions due to that. Um, so I'm going to be trying that out and letting you guys know how it goes. Yeah. And then I feel like having an SCP would make my backpacking a little bit easier, just in case I wind up in any sticky situations down in Mexico. Um, Another cool thing that's been going on for me lately is getting into rock climbing. So that's just this amazing sport with like this really cool community around it. There's a gym here in town that I've been going to. Really makes you feel like you got a lot of, like, I don't know, it's good for your strength, mentally and physically. And it's helping me kind of build my shoulders up, and the whole thing just feels really awesome and healthy. And so hopefully I can do some climbing in Mexico as well. Um, it's a good way to meet like a lot of really chill dudes who are, into kind of helping you out. One thing I don't do while I rock climb is pack. I don't actually do a lot of packing anyways, these days, just because it's a lot of hassle and I don't have proper packing underwear. So I'm always kind of like, oh, what's going on down there? Um, but if you're gonna go rock climbing, I made the mistake of wearing loose, baggy gym shorts. Went to the gym for my first introductory lesson, put on the harness, and the next thing you know, my clingy, loose gym shorts are like snug up against my body. Um, Very obviously snug to my body, and if anyone had kind of glanced down, I'm sure they must have thought that I was probably the least well endowed man who ever lives, who ever lived. So bear that in mind if it makes you feel at all dysphoria or dysphoric to have the potential of people noticing your groinal area size, because it doesn't leave much to the imagination just because of the way the harness sits. Um, but yeah, I totally recommend rock climbing. It's so cool. Um, and Man, what else to say? I feel like I should do an update about my love life, but I don't know. I don't like to get too personal about that stuff, but I understand that also a huge part of transition is dating and negotiating that stuff. And I haven't been single, like I've been with my partner now for year and a half. So you know, I don't uh, I don't really have a lot of like being single and trans stuff to update on. But I could definitely talk about dealing with dysphoria in a relationship, about my experience dating uh, cis queer women, and that sort of stuff. My current relationship is really awesome, and um, my girlfriend was really informed, although she had never been with a trans person prior to getting into a relationship with me. So I could talk a little bit about, our individual mutual experiences negotiating that at the beginning. Maybe I'll make a separate video about that. So yeah, I'm just making a roster list. So a video about being trans and dating. I guess a follow up because I've already made videos about that, but later in transition videos about STPs, and finally my hair loss, which is such a huge bummer. Um, Maybe make a video about all that stuff. Yeah. Oh, last thing I wanted to update about. I got this really wicked tattoo recently. Let's see if I can. It's really, oh my god, I'm so white. The white balance doesn't even know what to do. Um, so it's basically this cross hatching half sleeve sort of thing of a sailboat. Um, it's great. I love tattoos. Get tattoos. I don't really want to start a philosophical link tattoo to transition thing, although I probably could. Um, but yeah. So, anyways, that's pretty much it for me. Things are really good. If anyone has experiences with Rogaine or like, yeah, hair loss stuff, please message me. Um, yeah, especially like hair loss, after a couple years on testosterone and post-op surgery. Um, yeah, that's it. All right. I hope you guys are well and that this wasn't too rambly. But I do plan on making more videos. I say it every time, but I won't let technology thwart me this time. So take care, guys, and I'll talk to you again soon.